Guild Wars 2 has been getting a lot of hype over the past year. Heading into 2024, I feel that we'll gain even more traction, especially with the recent news of the roadmap with the game. Lately, MMOs for me have kind of felt stale. The same gameplay loop and gear grinding mindset I had when I was a teenager trying to keep up with the big brothers of the genre has slowly faded away over the years as I started to ascend into one of them myself.
So I hate to say it, for me there's a better path to power. It's not love. It's fury!
All jokes aside, I've kind of just grown out of the mindset of the gear grind. Once I hit the peak of the endgame, even though still fun, I noticed that my enjoyment of the endgame was really short-lived. Though I recently started to dive into Guild Wars 2 and give it a go, and I was quite surprised. All right, listen, so I actually tried this game like 3 to 4 years ago, and I only played for about a week and gave it up. I even enjoyed it so much that I bought every single expansion at the time in hopes of playing every second of the content that came with it. But I never did. So yeah, there's that. Getting into a new MMO for me is surprisingly challenging. Just like a single player RPG though, you still have to learn the combat mechanics and then like learning the new map and everything like that and getting turned around every which way. Thankfully, there are some systems in play in most modern MMOs where there is a tracker where it just tells you where to go, where it kind of just suggests places that you can go to. But with all of that, it's learning a whole new system for me that makes it challenging. And every time you log in, and most MMOs, every time you log in, you get smacked in the face by the UI.
Nice. Tell me about the ride. What did you think about the ride?
Well, it was great.
Why?
Because apparently you're spinning around, and apparently every time you get dizzy.
Yeah.
That's all you do is get dizzy.
Younger me would definitely get more overstimulated and quickly run back to the all too familiar MMO I've been playing since I was a kid. Though this time was different. I've matured over the years and have learned a lot more patience, and I just wanted to give Guild Wars 2 the proper attention it deserved, as well as probably not waste all the money I spent in the cash shop for outfits and the like when I first discovered it.
And stop pointing fingers. You're a problem.
Freaking cash shops. When I first dove into the world and created my character and all of that, I started to listen and read the stories that envelop this world. I got attached to certain characters, even despised some. I found myself stopping atop a mountain and looking out over the horizon of the beautiful massive landscape that was created by these developers, or just standing in awe below a towering fortress staring back at me with might and authority. It was and still is an amazing experience. I never thought I would get into a horizontal gear progression, but after playing for a bit, it was quite nice. These days, I don't care about min-maxing. Pushing the high-end content just brings more stress than relaxation. Knowing I have to grind for hours to even be on par with the competition sounds just exhausting. For me, I want to enjoy the simple things. Sitting down and playing the game, being in the moment, enjoying the living world that was created by the developers, and just enjoying the journey. Because let's face it, you only really get to enjoy the journey once. For me, that is the experience that Guild Wars 2 provided, and still provides. It's a game that I can sit down, enjoy a cup of coffee, and get lost in, but still being somewhat challenging. See, even though I don't want to push high-end content, I still want something that's challenging. With Guild Wars 2, the combat with each encounter feels invigorating. There's events in the world that have elite mobs or world bosses that are challenging to solo. Even large group of non-elite mobs can still be challenging due to the massive amount of damage they can bring, as well as individual mechanics. That is something that is amazing to me, because almost every non-elite creature that I have come across has its own mechanics that can like CC my character or just deal a huge amount of damage if I'm not careful. Something like that feels incredibly rewarding to play. Another thing I found was the questing. The world is free flowing in the sense of you don't have to do something if you really don't want to do it. If you want to just PvP, all you have to do is just finish the first quest, get to level 2, and jump right into the battleground system, which is a teleport to an area where you can easily set up a character that has access to all of the talents and PvP gear for endgame. For me, it's nice because I do enjoy PvP. I also enjoy PvE, but I don't have to worry about grinding PvP gear, nor do I have to worry about grinding a separate set of PvE gear, which brings me to my next thing. If you want to just explore and enjoy the world of PvE, the questing is seamless and it feels very natural and fluid. Like I said, this world design to me is remarkable. I don't find myself feeling like I'm doing a chore by grabbing all of the quests in the questing hub, running out for a couple of hours, and coming back, picking up the next part of the chain quest, and going back out again. It's a gameplay loop that I really don't enjoy very much, even though I've played World of Warcraft for years and I'm kind of used to it. Seeing this design really opened my eyes. And with Guild Wars 2, I found myself wandering off to an area by either following the suggested tracker or just by pure intrigue of an area in the distance that I saw. There's different events that happen in the world that randomly pop up, and you can just run over to them and complete them for XP and gear. When I'm running over there, I find multiple players helping each other out to finish the event, which is comforting. For me, that's the whole reason I play MMOs. It's the player-to-player interactions. Even if they're scarce sometimes, seeing another human being in the world that I'm immersed in feels comforting in a way. To have community events that are implemented in that core gameplay just brings the game to life even more. And finally, why I love this game is it's just really affordable. The amount of content you get from the standalone purchase of the base game and expansions is phenomenal. I don't have to worry about monthly withdrawals from my bank to play a game, mainly so I can spend more money on cosmetics in the cash shop. I'm thankful I gave Guild Wars 2 a proper shot, and I will continue to play it because it's just a good game. I'm having a blast with it, and I suggest that anyone who hasn't to do the same. It may help some get out of the slump with MMOs like I was with not having fun with what I was currently playing. Different tastes of games give us a nice reminder why we love the one game we play so much, and other times it gives us a new perspective and we may end up finding something we love. But with that, in anything you do, enjoy the journey. Not the ending, you only get the journey once. I would go as far as to saying that there's more fun to be had in it than the end. Thank you all for watching. Cheers.